afternoon and welcome to the iceHQ Ice Rink in Reservoir, Melbourne, Australia on Warranjoy, Woiwurrung traditional land for the iceHQ Aussie Classic. It's the big one, it's grand final day, and this is the grand final of the grand finals. This is the pro grand final, and it is between the Reservoir Dogs, led by none other than Jamie Burke, with a star-studded lineup indeed, and they are playing against the Horses, who may or may not be related to or have a subspecies of Mustangs. This is a showcase of Victorian and Australian ice hockey talent here at iceHQ for our Aussie Classic Grand Final. The Reservoir Dogs find themselves, the previous time these two teams met way back on Thursday, winning this one 7-4, Burke with 2. But Jamie Burke has found great form of late. Last night, managing to score 5 goals in an absolute drubbing game that they played last night against the Inferno. This will be a ripper. So the combination of Burke, Schumer and Ruddle was absolutely electric yesterday evening. We're looking forward to seeing them light it up again today. But coming up against them, the Horses, well, that's a hell of a team too. Steve Bellick, one of the premier defencemen in Australia, who has his name on the Goodall Cup for sure on a number of occasions as well. And he had lost a season through illness, but he's back and playing now and absolutely lighting up. The Astafif, Martin Astafif, Jackson Lane, who was tremendously effective yesterday. Matty Knox, who is a premier player as well. Yuki Kikuchi, who is absolutely electric and can score goals at times as well, but it's mainly his forecheck is outstanding. Chris Left-Cutter, Adam Harper. The big man, Hayden Dawes, is here for the Horses. Watch him light it up if he gets a chance to, and Vortnov has been particularly effective for the Horses as well, in particular yesterday. Dave Barrett's been great for the Dogs as an attacking threat. Lockie Walls is the most appropriately named defenceman of all time. He is a wall. Very rarely does he make any mistakes. And he's backed up by Troy Robinson, Nathan Kacher, and Luke Fisher as well will be prominent in this game. But watch also too, Freight Ray Kale, who will light it up. But we're really looking forward to seeing what Ryan Ruddle, Jamie Burke and Byron Schumer, who's back from playing international professional inline on roller skates, I believe, somewhere over in Europe. We're going to stir him about that all night. Nice roller skates there, Byron. But anyway, Gabriel Go too was particularly effective for the Dogs when they played last time. We'll be underway very shortly. This is the grand final of the Pro Division. There is big prize money at stake, $7,000 to the winning team, plus medallions and so forth as well. But who doesn't like a splash of cash? Certainly these days, if you want to buy a cup of coffee, you're going to be looking for around about that anyway. Back in the old days, $7,000 was a deposit on a house. Nowadays, it might buy you a chair. But joys of inflation. In the net for the Dogs at the moment, it looks like Corey Dang is setting it up. In the net for the Horses, it is Seb Woodlands, at least assuming that the numbers on the system are correct, and hopefully they are. So we're looking forward to a crack of the two teams just having their last little chat before they get underway. The Dogs will come out hard. They've got one more player on the bench, the Dogs. Won't make an awful lot of difference. These guys are all tremendously fit and fast. Watch for Yuga Kikuchi in particular from the Horses. He will absolutely light it up. The Horses in the green with white, yellow and black. The Reservoir Dogs in the black with the blue and purple. They're the reigning champions of our Pro League here at iceHQ. And they have been very strong for a number of years, led by Jamie Burke. And Burkey knows how to pick a team for sure. Very successful ongoing team leadership. In the net for them again, Corey Dang. And Ishida Takanushin is also listed on the team list, but is not in the net, at least according to what we have here. Dang should be number 33, but we'll find out. It's very hard to tell by looking at their face when they're wearing a goalie mask. You can't really see very much through it, but anyway. We'll be underway very shortly. Dogs all lined up and ready. Starting off with the big guns, they've got Schumer, Burke and Ruddle. Burke playing centre, and they're lining up and facing off against the Horses who are about to get underway very shortly. Referee's waiting just to get a glove off the ice from the Horses. Anyway, they'll get it eventually. There we go, boys. Wasn't that hard. Alrighty. Ironic round of applause from the referees. And the pucks drop are underway. Face-off won by the Dogs. Back to Walls. Walls looks up ice. He's looking for Schumer on the move, and he's got Schumer movement. Schumer just stays onside, though. It was close. There was pressure there from Vortnov. But we have a stoppage almost immediately into the game. This is 3 periods, 2 12 minutes and 1 16-minute all-stop time. unless the score blows out to a 5-goal lead. I can't see that happening in this one. Burke lining up for the face-off again. He's got Ruddle back behind him. Burke this time doesn't win the face-off. It's brought back. Walls had to be played back in by Robertson. Robertson watching behind him has got Fortnoff to keep an eye on, and they tussle on the boards as Schumer comes back to help out as well. Lockie Walls now will go pick the puck up behind the net. Just fans on the clearance. It's picked up by the big man, Hayden Dawes. Ruddle finds Robinson, who goes up ice to Berkey in the middle. Berkey's got a bit of room. Shoots! Berkey denied the first really good scoring opportunity of the game. It's only 40 seconds into it, coming back the other way with speed. Astafiev ridden around the back of the net. Robinson watching him closely. Walls there as well in the slot, so too Ruddle. They're trying to put the puck across, but it bounces harmlessly into the middle. And we will have a face-off. Well, that was quick. First 53 seconds of the game. Berkey with a great scoring opportunity. Was surrounded by three, but coming back the other way also with great speed too. The horses of the two teams change over lines. And this could be where the battle happens. As Freight Ray Cahill plays the puck back, finds Nathan Kacher. Cahill battling for it, but now having come in and help Barrett. Barrett battling hard in the boards as it's picked up now. Gabriel Go goes in as well to dig it out. Comes across the front of the net. Picked up now Dalmore. Dalmore chips it in the back. He was looking for a connection with Dawes. Sorry, not Dawes, with Knox. But Knox had a bit of a chance, but couldn't quite get onto it. Flying in now to pick it up, but picking up now Jackson Lane for the horses. Comes across. It's in the middle of the slot. Picking up now Reisman. Can Reisman get a shot away? No, he's denied by the horses. And they reverse the play back around. It's picked up, busted up by Dalmore, but stolen on the stick of Barrett. And the shot eventually fired in the net by the Dogs. Goes round the back now as the horses look to clear it out. Lane looks up ice, finds players standing still, but now it's Kikuchi who has it. Kikuchi fires from a distance. It goes over the top of everything. Another shot, Kikuchi. Got onto his backhand, but couldn't quite get it on the net. It was a good option. Sorry, I tell a lie. That's Lane, assuming the numbers are correct. It's a bit hard to tell. It looks like Kikuchi. In fact, if it is, I think they've got the numbers wrong. But anyway, we'll sort that out in the first intermission. Now the horses look to play the puck back up the ice. It's picked up now by Astafiev, who puts the puck up to, I'm convinced that's Kikuchi. Yeah, it is. He's ripped off the 14 off the back of his jersey. It's 14 everywhere else except on the back. You can see his number is a little bit wrong. So Kikuchi looks like number one. It's not Jackson Lane. Anyway, face off now, lining up for it. Toddy Cutter will be facing off for the horses. Wins the puck back nicely. Vortenov couldn't get it cleanly though. Now it's Astafiev who has to get around the check there of Fisher. But the save made in the end through traffic by Dang. Big man Hayden Dawes looking threatening. Of course, this is a non-checking league. So Dawes' forecheck and not quite as intimidating as it might otherwise be. You certainly don't want to be a D who has to deal with him coming through. Robinson looks up ice, has to go cross, gets away with it. Got the puck up right high to Beck. Beck applying forward-checking pressure there. Puck gets past Fortenov. It's going to go for an icing. If you're not familiar with the rule of icing, if you play the puck from your side of the rink, so your side of the red line, across the middle and it crosses the goal line at the other end and no one touches it, then it is icing and you're brought back for a defensive zone face-off. The sting in the tail, and there are some nuances to it, there's a bit more to it than that, but that's the gist of it. Sting in the tail is the team that ices the puck can't get it changed. They have to come back. The attacking team can, but the defending team, the one that iced the puck, who were probably tired, which is probably why they iced it, can't get it changed. Trying to get a shot through there, Ruddle, just blocked. There were sticks in the way. Now going over to pick it up, battling for it hard was Kristlev. Puck kept in the zone though by Schumer. Now they play it up. They find Cutter. Tony Cutter played the puck back to Astafiev on the burst. Cutter now behind the net, looks up, trying to find options. He's got no one in the slot. Goes across to Dawes. Dawes being marked closely, throws his stick away. Doesn't want that. It's Burke coming back the other way with speed. He's got Schumer. Schumer just has to stutter, but Schumer's not quite stuttering enough. And we will have an offside. Byron just caught a little bit offside. There would have been millimetres in it, but that's all it takes. 8 minutes and 49 seconds to go in the first. Scoreless so far. 3 shots on net, Dogs, 1 to the horses. This game could go either way. Last time these two teams played, it was a 7-4 win to the Dogs. Burke is on fire at the moment. He did score 5 in his last game. We're betting on him getting a Gordie Howe double hat-trick. Firing the puck up, finding Ruddle in the middle. It gets back to Burke, looking up ice for movement. Now, everyone decides there's a bit of rough ice that everyone's going to trip over, and Keisha blew a tie there as well. There must be a gap, but it's gone for icing. Might be a couple of players going over and having a look at that particular spot on the ice, because two of them blew a tire in the same spot, and I think Keisha has a bit of a look around to Burke and a bit of a smile about it. Never mind, I'll stay on my feet next time. I'm new to this skating game. Freight Ray Cahill creeping in as well. He's done a lot of work over the off-season on his fitness and agility, and he's improved enormously and is an asset to the teams that he plays for, as well as working here in the CCM Pro Shop. Shot fired, Keisha goes wide, not really aimed at anything in particular. He's now just ducking and weaving and trying to avoid the pressure there. Was one of the horses anyway. Missing for the horses tonight is Michael McMahon, but Kikuchi shoots. It's a good option. It went glove side. As we have a little bit of a squabble in the corner. We were betting on a Gordie Howe hat-trick. I'm not sure who's involved in it. But save made there by Kikuchi. Sorry, shot fired by Kikuchi. Save made there nicely by Dang. Just a little bit of push and shove after the fact. No one ever would have guessed that Jamie Burke was involved in that one. He scored lots of goals, and he looks like he's going to get a penalty as well, but not quite sure exactly what's happening here. No penalty. Just a little bit of a scrum. And Matty Knox there involved in that one as well. Kikuchi will line up to take the face off against Burke. Burke manages to chip it through. Kikuchi wins it though. Keisha now picks it up for the Dogs and plays it cross ice. Gets past Kikuchi. Blasting it out to put pressure on Burke. Burke manages to keep the puck in and get past Lane. Battling for it hard on the boards. Burke brought down by the legs from behind, but no harm on that one. Ruddle now battling with Dawes. Now the puck behind the net as the horses look to try and clear it out. And Dogs look like they may just have snuck it in the net. They're celebrating for it. Referees have awarded a goal. We'll see this one on the replay. It's a mad scramble behind the net. It looks like it may have come off the back of the goaltender. Hopefully we'll see the replay on this one and work out exactly what happened. It was messy from here. The Dogs with the first one. It's been awarded. Just waiting for the replay to show us what's going on with this one. You may have to scroll back on the YouTube video and see it yourself. I can't see it here. Line change now for both teams. Dogs with the first goal in the net. It's been awarded to them, but I'm not sure exactly who got that one yet. We'll see. We're underway now. Straight away. No delay on that one. Puck fired in deep. It's not. It is going to go for icing. Puck made by the horses behind their end of the net. Behind their end of the line, and through it goes. As the teams realign and reset themselves. So the goal was awarded to Ryan Ruddle from Jamie Burke. So the puck now behind that as the horses look to drag it out. It's a big man, Hayden Dawes. He's got Robinson in front of him. He gets around the back of him, puts it on the stick of Astafeef. Astafeef with speed, looking for someone in the slot. It's got Dawes in the Ovechkin position, just waiting for it. Doesn't take that option. Instead passes it up to Kristalev. Kristalev fires it in deep. Cycling around with it is Cutter. The Cutter's denied. Now it's Vortnov. Vortnov just tips it back in, but it'll be picked up by Lockie Walls, who goes cross-ice uncharacteristically, gets away with it. Vortnov will backhand it, tried to find Cutter. Cutter finds Dawes. Dawes gets around Robinson, but Robinson sticks in the way. Dawes with some beautiful footwork, puts it across the slot. Found Cutter, but just getting in the way of it was Reisman. Reisman with speed, blasts down the corner, tries to get past the poke check of Kristalev. Kristalev denies it, and the puck picked up now. Horses look to break it back the other way. Big, strong clearance by the horses, but it's going to be icing. No, icing waved off. Walls got there. Coming back now with great speed. It's Keisha. Keisha with one in front, puts it into the slot, trying to find a connection from Fisher, but now coming back with speed. The horses in the other way. You'll see how fast this game reverses. Just stand and deliver is Freight Ray Cahill. And now Keisha with a bit of room skates around as the horses are changing. Finds Fisher. Fisher will be caught with Keisha offside. And the game will reset. Cahill's done an awful lot of work over the off-season on fitness and conditioning, and he's a new man. It's Great to see his performance. Racing back now to pick it up, Keisha. Keisha being pressured by Matty Knox. Puck comes up, Fisher looks to put it across ice, gets through all the noise. Found Beck. Beck dispossessed though. Here come the horses back the other way with speed. They break it out, but getting in the way, Fisher. Fisher managed to break up the rhythm on that one. And now Keisha just circles around. Nice little dummy. Puts it across to Cahill. Cahill fires. Save made by Woodlands. Cahill gets another chance away as the D change quickly for and Robbie and Berkey having to go back and cover for D as Freight Ray was caught up in it. Battling now behind the net is Troy Robertson. He clears it up ice. And it will be picked at Ruddle. Ruddle back to Burke. Nice call. Burke's got room in front of him. Finds Schumer. Schumer shot it in, but it went wide. I think Woodlands might have got a piece of it. Vortnoff circling around back, trying to make Robinson back off a smidge from defence as now the horses look to break it out. They go cross ice, they get away with it. It's picked up now by Astafeef, and it's Vortnov going around the back of the net. Nice puck control and possession there as he got around Robinson. Puck fired in, but it's in the corner. It'll be picked up Walls. Walls loses it. Just trying to do something constructive with it there was Knox, but it couldn't quite get it in, and it's lost in the corner. Berkey just stirring up Matty Knox again. There's a little bit of push and shove going on. There's a few meetings of the minds as Troy Robinson won't take a backward step. And having a little bit of a rigorous discussion with Vortnov. And Hayden Dawes has seen enough of that. Vortnov being escorted into the penalty box. So too it looks like Matty Knox might be getting two as well, as the two will be sitting. So 2 for slash and 2 for a cross check. 2 on Vortnov for the slash and 2 on Lockie Walls for the cross check. So it'll be 4 on 4 for 2 minutes. Berkey remonstrating with the referees, just trying to work out exactly what the ruling is. But it'll be 4 on 4 for 2 minutes. In what is proving to be a feisty initial encounter. Coming on, Freight Ray Cahill comes on. It's to sort things out. It looks like it might actually be 5 on 5, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's 5 on 5. The altercation not resulting in the loss of either player. Big man Hayden Dawes is on for the Dogs. Firing through traffic quickly. Getting away was Kristalev. It wouldn't go though. As circling around behind the net, Burke. Looking up the ice now, Keisha finds Burke on the stretch through the neutrals, through the top of the defensive zone. He gets past Kikuchi, but runs afoul of the pressure. Kikuchi with some great defensive work. Shot fired. Burke and Kikuchi being kept apart. Referees very quickly on to that one. And it looks like Kikuchi will be doing 2 for interference. So now it's 5 on 4 to the Dogs. Kikuchi still adapting to non-checking hockey. I don't think he's played too much of it. So this is a non-checking competition, but not a non-contact competition, as you can obviously tell just by looking at it. But the gist of it is you're allowed to contest the puck, but you're not allowed to separate the player from the puck. It's a bit subtle at times. As Freight Ray Cahill takes his time, gets it up to Keisha. Keisha looking in. He's got a fair bit of bodies in the way. Takes a shot through noise, but plucked out of the sky nicely there by Seb Woodlands for the Horses. 4 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the game. 1 goal the lead to the Dogs. 5 on 4 power players. Vortnov and Walls are sitting 2 each, but Kikuchi with the extra penalty. So the Dogs will have a one-man advantage for about another 1 minute 40 seconds. Behind the net now, Berkey tried to put it up. Cahill couldn't control it. It's gone all the way down the other end. Racing up to put some pressure on them is Cutter, but the Dogs will get there first in Keisha. Keisha looks up ice, gets through all the traffic. Getting a stick on it was the big man Hayden Dawes, as Seb Woodlands plays the puck behind the net, and the Horses will look to break it out. Forechecking pressure strong there by Burke. Dogs fling it down. They find Dawes on the stretch. Dawes with a bit of room. Shoots, scores! Hayden Dawes shoots and scores. An absolute ripper who was on the stretch. A short-handed goal there for the Horses to tie it up at 1 goal apiece. You can see this. Dawes was just floating around high. Pass was right onto his stick. And from that range, Hayden Dawes is going to score. And there wasn't very much at all there that Corey Dang could do about it. So short-handed goal there to the Horses. Hayden Dawes slamming it into the net and busting the tie. And we'll be checking that one afterwards for damage. 1-1 now the score. Horses, dogs, 1 apiece. Horses 1 from 2, and that's a short-handed goal. And there's not much more embarrassing the dogs to embarrass the dogs than that one. Fisher now plays it back across to Robinson. Robinson tries to flick the puck up past the forechecking pressure of Dalmore. They're still in the power play, the dogs, as they cycle around and try and create some room. That's Reisman trying to create something. Gets past the check of Lane, puts it into the slot. He's got Robinson up high and unmarked, calling for it. Robinson gets the puck across to Go. Go puts it into the slot, but there's bodies there for the horses. Go now looks to play it up to the point. Robinson's there if he can get it. Go gets the shot. Goes across the front. No luck for him in that occasion. Comes back up. Robinson fires it again hard, but it goes straight into Woodlands, who makes that one safe. Just 10 seconds to go in the combined Walls and Vortnov penalties. They'll be back on the ice very shortly. Interestingly enough, that may end up being 6-on-6. Not quite sure how this is going to work. But there's still 28 seconds to go on the Kikuchi penalty. But so far it's been good for the horses. They got a shorty. So Robinson just tucks the puck in. And now going around behind the net, Matty Knox looks up ice, trying to find options, rims it hard up the boards. He finds on the stretch Dalmore. Dalmore's got room, gets around Robinson, doesn't get around the back check though of Fisher. Trying to fire the cannon there was Astafeef, but it didn't go. Sorry, Tello, that was Matty Knox who fired the cannon. As the dogs look now to break it out. They're going to be full strength now, but there's neither of the players can leave the box till a stoppage because they're 5-on-5. So the penalties are expired, but they're still in the box. And that's how that one works. They're back onto 5-on-5 now. There's Kikuchi's back on the ice. Puck stuck down in the corner. Dogs looking to get a shot on. Woodlands gets in the way. Kikuchi picks it up. He's away now. He's got no one in front of him, just tipping the puck forward. Kikuchi lines up, goes across, looked for the shot across to Dalmore. Dalmore left it behind him. Cutter tries to fling it in. It ends up on the half boards. Cutter trying to find an option, and we get a whistle. And it's another penalty. And it looks like it's going to be... So it'll be a dog in the box. Waiting to see who it is. It looks like it might be Barrett coming over. And it is. Hugo Barrett will be sitting 2. We're not sure exactly what it's for yet, but it will show up on the system very shortly, hopefully. We'll be able to let you know what that one was for. Of course, if you're watching this on Hockey Site, getting the statistics, it'll show up on that as well. Horses now with the power play. Dogs with just the 4 on the ice. They've got the penalty kill unit out. Jamie Burke is part of that. Tries to chip the puck through. Kikuchi wins it though, back up to his D in lane. They pump it in deep into the corner. The Dogs pick it up. Keisha looking up ice. Tried to find Burke, who wasn't looking. It goes across now. The big man, Hayden Dawes, has the puck for the horses. He looks around trying to find motion. He's got Burke coming in to put just a little bit of pressure on him just to break it up. As Burke now steals the puck, looks for an option. Hasn't got much. It's taken off him, though, by Astafeef. And Burke's going to get called for an interference on that one on Astafeef. If it was full contact hockey, I don't think that'd be an issue. But this is non-checking. Burke's not very happy about that one. It'll be 5-on-3 now for at least a minute and a half as Burke is escorted to the box for a penalty for a interference call on Adam Astafeef. Puck now. This will be interesting. It's a great opportunity for the horses. They'll be 5-on-3 for 90 seconds as Burke and Barrett are both in the box. Question being, of course, can the period end? Well, of course the period will end. There's 1 minute and 33 seconds on the period and 1 minute 33 seconds on the Barrett penalty. So unless a goal is scored, Barrett will be stuck in the box till the end of the period. Dogs now tying it up behind the back of the net. Keisha loses his footing. Kikuchi now looks around trying to find options. He's got Dawes floating around high. Lane has the puck now. Lane gets it to Dawes. Dawes looks, there's nothing for him. Goes back across. Kikuchi shoots. Just save there made by Dang. Puts the puck around the back of the net. Keisha now gets away. He's got one in front of him in lane. It's a 3-on-1, so 3-on-5, so he can't be too ambitious. Dogs get a change. We're coming back now with speed. Vortnov's got to get around Walls. Gets the pass away instead. Schumer now rims it hard around the back of the net, trying to clear it. It's picked up Walls. Walls looks up ice for anything. Lobs it high and long. It's a tumbling bouncer. Goes all the way down the other end. It's sent to Moe. So the horses will now need to bring it out. 45 seconds to go in the period. 1-1 the score. Dogs 5-3 defending on the penalty kill. Puck just picked off there beautifully there. Nice play. Troy Robinson clears the puck up ice. The horses needing to get back on side quickly, bringing it in now. Matty Knox, but he's watched closely by Robinson. Now it comes across to Lane. Lane looks up ice. He's trying to find movement and options. He's got Hayden Dawes on the back door just waiting for it. Puck loose, bobbling around. But the save in the end made by Corey Dang. And with 19.1 seconds to go in the first period, it's all tied up 1 goal apiece. Barrett with 20 seconds to go on his penalty. So at the end of the period, Barrett will be back on the ice. Burke will be sitting for another 47. So they've got 20 more seconds of 5-3, the horses, sorry. Can they convert it? Ruddle tries to poke it through to get back up. Kikuchi with a bit of room. He fires it, puts the puck up. Lane now has a chance. Lane shoots, goes wide of the net. Just trying to dig it out behind it, Matty Knox. And the save again made, the puck frozen by Corey Dang. 7.4 seconds to go in the period. 7.4 seconds to go on the 5-3 advantage to the horses. They can't win the face-off there. Matty Knox couldn't get it. It's up high. It's picked up Lane. Lane shoots. Save made by Dang once more. So the horses have certainly been able to pile on the pressure through this period, but unable to score on this 5-3. They've got just 1.3 seconds to go on the period. The puck will be dropped. They need to get a shot quick away. You can see Hayden Dawes just manoeuvring position, trying to do something. Don't know that too much is going to happen here. Puck caught under the feet at the face-off by Ruddle. And that will end the first period. There will be 1 second to go on the Barrett penalty at the end of the period. So the Dogs will be starting 5-3 for 1 second. And then Barrett will be straight on, and Burke will be on after another 28 seconds. So we're back to 5-5, assuming no further infractions. What has so far been a feisty little tussle here for the grand final. There's cash at stake, and the boys want it, and they want it good. And it is between the Reservoir Dogs. 1 goal, and it was scored by Ryan Ruddle from a bit of confusion behind the net. And you're going to need to look at the replay of that one to see exactly what happened. But one also to the big man, Hayden Dawes, who got away on a break, got clear, and fired the cannon, and no one was getting in front of that one. I think Dang just watched it go sailing past, didn't even see it coming. It was that quick. If the net wasn't there, it would have smashed the glass behind the rink. But regardless, we're getting that replay now. No, we're not. We're seeing some other replay. Not too much longer to go on the intermission, just 15 seconds. It's a 1 minute intermission per period, 2 by 12 and 1 by 16 minute stop time. And a reminder, this is it's not full contact. This is it's a contact sport, but not a checking game at this level for this particular tournament. A lot of these boys getting ready for the AIHL season, and they're getting their heads in the game for full checking. And they've also been playing the Pro League here in the past, which has always been full contact, but this is a non-checking game. So you're allowed to contest the puck, you're allowed to make body contact, you're not allowed to deliberately separate your opponent from the puck, and you're not allowed to do what's called finishing your check, which is hitting a player after they've got rid of the puck. You are only allowed to contest possession. That said, contesting possession can be pretty rigorous. 5-3 for the first second of the game, so pretty much as soon as the puck is dropped, Barrett is on the ice, and there he goes. Straight into the play. He's going to put some pressure on Lane. But it's still a penalty kill for the Dogs for another 19 seconds as Burke gets ready to go back on. Picked up now Kikuchi. Tries to get a puck across front. It bobbles up high and bounces out of the net, out of the zone. Lane couldn't get to it quite in time. Burke will be back on in 5 seconds. And we're back to 5-on-5 hockey as Walls goes into the corner for the Dogs to contest it. Lane fired it across the front. Barrett now looks up ice. Burke gets straight out of the box, straight in the game, onto his feet. It's the classic move, beautifully timed. Berkey moves around, gets onto his forehand. He's got no options. Passes back to Robinson, who gets a shot away. You can see there the danger of a player coming out of the box, straight into play. Beautifully executed there, Jamie Burke. An absolute poster child for how to do it right. Don't go in the box in the first place, but if you do, that's how to come out of it. The big man, Hayden Dawes, fires the puck across, but it goes harmlessly onto the side. Picked up now Astafeef, who's beaten to the puck there by Walls. Now Lane has it, fires the cannon, goes through traffic, goes a little bit wide. Dawes was there in the slot. He had a chance. Now it's up high, just under Jamie Burke's feet. He gets tangled up with Krustalev. They battle on the boards, players gesticulating at each other as they get tangled up. As Dawes comes over while he's making a change and gets his big body in the way. But here comes Luco for his first stint on the ice. And he's firing in hard as the dogs through Keisha just pause and start out. Burke lost his footing there, stands up and just has a bit of a shove with Krustalov. He's not happy about it. Those boys mouthing off against each other. Puck in the corner now. Played around the back there by Knox, who's had a couple of altercations already with Burke. Freight Ray Cahill dumps it in, but it doesn't get as far in as he would have liked. It's up now for Astafiev. Astafiev puts it across the front of the slot. He was trying to find Dalmore. Dalmore wasn't quite on it. Now he's got it again. Krustalov, Astafiev fires it in, but the save will be made by Corey Dang. And with 10 minutes and 1 second to go in the second, we are all tied up at 1 goal apiece. 11 shots on the net to the Dogs, 7 for the Horses. The Horses couldn't score on the 5-on-3 that they had for about 90 seconds. They'd be disappointed in that. They did get a few shots on the net, but they didn't get the shots they would have liked. Certainly not one that tickled the twine. Anyway, Harper now tried to get it, but couldn't hold it. Control. Lane was being pressured. Had to dump it back in with no real direction on it. Firing up the puck now. They make contact with Luco. Luco loses possession on the stick, however, of Beck. Beck couldn't do much with it. Coming back the other way now with speed, Knox. Knox has to get around the pressure. Gets around Keisha, but is shepherded off the puck. And the puck came back up to Jackson Lane on the point, who kept it in well. The Horses putting on some good sustained pressure here. It's fast and frenetic. Just floating around high slot, looking dangerous there is Matty Knox. But the Dogs will now break it out. It's on the stick of Beck. Beck's got 2 in front of him. Not many options. Keisha with him. Was robbed of the puck, taken away from him by Adam Harper, who digs it up around the corner. Beck goes in to try and put some pressure on the Horses as Astafiev just clears it out the other way. And now looking up ice, here comes Vortonov with room. He cycles around, tries to make him space. He knew he was covered. Fires the puck up the middle, tried to find Dawes on the stretch, and he did. Dawes again gets the puck, gets around left, right, shoots. The big man, Hayden Dawes, he does it again. Gets past the D, and Hayden Dawes has opened up the taps now for the Horses. That gives them a goal lead as Dawes just out deeks. Dang, fooled him with a bit of a backhand, got the puck back across onto his forehand and went around the pads. And the big man, Hayden Dawes, makes the Dogs pay for letting him get behind him. That's twice now Dawes has done that on the stretch. When he wants to move, the Great White Shark is incredibly fast indeed. Beautiful play there, Hayden Dawes, and hasn't he got a grin on his face to prove it as well. The Dogs will need to get that one back quickly. They win the face-off back to Lockie Walls, who circles around looking for options. He sees Robinson clear. Robinson looks up ice, back to Lockie. Lockie's looking up ice. He sees Reisman. Reisman not clear, so they put the puck up to Go. Go's going to have to go in and put pressure on Vortonov. Vortonov stops behind the net, just pauses, and it's fired out nicely, and they pick up Astafiev. Astafiev looking for movement. He's got Dawes and finds him on the stretch. Dawes chips the puck across, intercepted by Robinson, who got a stick on it. Shot fired in there by Cutter, but ineffective in the end. And it's on the stick now. Astafiev, who circles around. Puck's loose in the slot. Picked up, though, Reisman. Reisman looks up ice. He finds Barrett. Barrett with not much room, but gets around Vortonov. Gets around another one. Toe dragged. Puck's loose in the slot, but it's cleared out. Robinson can't quite keep it in. He puts the puck back to Lockie Walls while the Dogs reset. Walls with a bit of time. Gave it back to Robinson. Robinson found Barrett. Barrett could just get a stick on it, but it went in. Now it's on the stick, finding up Evan Krustlev, who dumps it in. But only the puck ends up on Robertson's stick, who flings it up the other and finds Burke. Burke hard up against the boards. Tries to get a backhand on it and get past the pressure. Does. He found Schumer, but Schumer was being marked closely. Now the puck out to Hayden Dawes. It comes back the other way. But Berkey steals it from him from behind. Just a nice dick lift. Picked his pocket well and truly as Walls now waits for Cutter to get onside. Sorry, Ruddle that was, who was just caught, as now Astafiev goes up and cleans it up for the Horses. Now it's Kikuchi. Kikuchi's got help. He's got Astafiev charging for the net. And that was a bit of a dummy run. As also flying in there was Dalmore, but Dalmore couldn't get the shot on the net. Coming back the other way with speed, Berkey. Berkey chips it back for Schumer. Schumer backhand. Puck's loose. Berkey was there as well. And Jackson Lane, not very happy with that, comes around and grabs Burke around the scruff of the neck and perhaps looking to stir him up. They know how dangerous Burke can be when he starts scoring goals. But Burke did come in there a little bit late, but there was a possibility that the puck might just have bobbled out loose. So Burke's going to do another 2 in the box. So Burke with 2 more in the box. So the Dogs on the kill again. This time, though, it's 5-on-4, not 5-on-3, so not quite so bad. Horses out to a 2-goal-to-1 lead with a 7 minutes and 4 seconds to play in the second period. Fast and frantic game indeed. The horses have got away with Hayden Dawes getting through and scoring 2 absolute rippers. Schumer almost got that one back. This will be a little bit of frustration on the part of the Dogs causing that. Lane now up on the blue line, skates across, tries to create space, gets it across to Dawes. Dawes comes back, gets himself into high slot. Hasn't got a passing option, hasn't got a shooting lane, but he's got a good passing option. Lane now up high. He puts the puck back across. Horses take the shot. They had Astafeef in the slot waiting for the tip in. It wouldn't go. Dawes just hovering on the back door lane as the cannon is fired by Vortnov. Vortnov has it again, back across, finds Kikuchi. The puck bobbles out of the zone though, and Lane will have to deal with that one as Vortnov tips it back in. Dawes now spinning and turning. Just trying to pick it up now though. Nicely is circling around Ruddle. Ruddle in the end dumps it deep into the zone as Lane goes back to pick it up for the horses. Lane finds Astafeef who just wrong foots Schumer. And now it's Dawes who fires the cannon hard in low. But Dogs this time will clear the puck all the way out. Just under a minute now to go on the Burke penalty as it will be picked up now for the horses. And just played up there by Astafeef. Now here comes Dalmore trying to get past Knox and does. Gets a shot away, but it's wide. And now it'll come back up to the point. It's on the stick of Cutter. Cutter fires it in. Another rebound from the goalie as Robinson goes back to pick it up. Robinson has to clear it out under pressure. Good battle on the boards. But the puck is eventually cleared by the Dogs. Not quite able to clear it out in the way he would have wanted was Luco. Now the horses need to reset, and they do through Dalmore. Gives it back to Knox, who fires it in, but it just makes a noise on the glass. Kikuchi now with the puck circling around, tries to create some space. Doesn't quite manage to get away from the checking pressure of Luco, and the puck is cleared out. And we are back to 5-on-5. Jamie Burke back now on the ice as Lane pumps it in deep. Cycling around now, Toddy Cutter tries to do something with it, but he's got the black jersey following him everywhere now. Matty Knox tries to get around Kikuchi and does. They fire it up deep. Connection attempted to make to Burke, but it'll be Cutter who gets there first. Barrett now loses his footing, but manages to play the puck all the same. Got around Cutter. Burke loose on the slot. Couldn't quite make the connection. It was there. He'll be unhappy about that one as Dawes clears the puck past Barrett. Does indeed. Lockie Walls has the puck, goes cross ice, gets away with it, finds Fisher, but Burke was offside. Only a couple of inches in it, but that's all it takes. And with 4 minutes and 26 seconds to go in the second, it's Dogs 1, Horses 2. The shot count now almost even. Not surprising given the penalty count so far on the Dogs. They've given a lot away in terms of penalties. Burke with 2 and Lockie Walls with 2 penalties and Lockie Walls with the 1. So they've given away quite a lot of penalty time. Lane manages to put the puck up to Dawes, who just flicks it back, trying to create some space. Lane played the puck up, found Kikuchi, who's wearing number 1 and 14. Very confusing there. Puck shot fired, but just bounces harmlessly off the pads of Dang. Barrett couldn't quite get a handle on that one. The big man, Hayden Dawes, tries to fire it across from a tight angle. It won't go. And in the end, the save made on the second chance there by Dang. As Freight Ray Cahill just asserts himself a little bit as well. Here's a man who will not take a backward step. He lines up opposite Hayden Dawes at the face-off as the two teams get ready for the final 3.5 minutes of this period. Cahill just trying to creep up on Dawes. It looks like the horses have a plan here. Cahill battling for the puck with Vortnov, but it's stolen in the end by Barrett, who looks up ice, tries to clear it, just gets it to Dawes. Dawes tried to wind, but there was pressure on him. Shot fired over the top of the net under a lot of pressure. Now the puck deep in the corner. It's Kikuchi who puts it into the slot, but it wouldn't quite go. Now played out by Keisha. Keisha finds some help. Flying in now is Go. Go puts the puck across the front of the net. He was looking for Barrett, but he wasn't there. Puck flung high, and it'll be picked up now by Cahill, being pressed by Kikuchi. Cahill ends up now with a bit of space, dumps across ice, but it gets across onto the doors side. Always a bad side to be, as Harper now has acres of room to look around. Goes cross ice, almost plucked out of the sky there by Barrett. Running into some pressure, Matty Knox, as the puck is played back up the ice, just circling around now. The great white shark, Hayden Dawes, as looking for lanes there was Matty Knox. He finds lane, not the lane, but a lane. But a shot is fired in on the net and then played out as Keisha looks to play it up ice. Scott Burke, if you can find him. Schumer now finds Burke on the stretch. Burke switches across, reverses beautifully to Schumer. Schumer shoots. 5-hole was closed. It was a great option. That combination of those two players is absolute vintage Dogs hockey. But unfortunately for Schumer, he couldn't quite get past the work there of Matty Knox, who took it away from him. And now it's Jackson Lane, who looks to try and do something. Just fluffed on a backhand. It went across ice in front of Burke, who didn't have his stick on the ice uncharacteristically. He would have got that one. Maybe that was why the shot was taken, as Dalmore now shoots and scores. Dalmore, from almost a nothing play, was high slot and unmarked. Flung it in high, and I think Corey Dang would probably want that one back. We'll just see it here on the replay. It wasn't much of a screen. It was high blocker side. It didn't have an awful lot on it, but it had enough. And the Horses 3-1. That one will show up on the scoring system very soon. You can just see it looks like it just went over the blocker. It was a little bit awkward. Maybe Dang thought it wasn't going to go in. But I've got news for you, it did. Anyway, Horses 3, Dogs 1. Horses 3 from 15, Dogs 1 from 13. They want to get that back. The Dogs are expecting to win this one. Schumer puts it back to Matty Knox. Matty Knox looking up ice. He's got Burke calling for it. Chip in there by Ruddle. Going back now to pick it up, Kristlev. Kristlev rims it hard around the boards. It gets past Schumer. Picked up, though, Knox, who circles around and avoids the check. Now the puck dumped back in the corner. Racing now to pick it up, Ruddle. He's got to beat Kristlev. Horses will clear it out. It's on the feet there of Cutter, but he couldn't hold it. Instead, he had to pass across. Just trying a little bit of a neat, sneaky toe drag there, Astafeef. We saw him score some great goals just here in the under-21 competition just a couple of weeks ago, including a Michigan that I missed. Looked like it had gone off the back of the goalie. But Ruddle now tries to pick it up ice. It's only going to go to Dawes. Dawes with a bit of room. He winds and shoots. Save made by Dang. Dawes with a bit of room there. Normally he scores from that spot, but he's already got two. Now the puck is cleared out of the zone. Burke racing to try and get there, but Lane will get there first. Just no icing on the call. Ruddle couldn't quite get to it. It's picked up now. Kikuchi with two in front of him, one racing back. He's got Dawes with him as well. He takes the shot, fires across. Dawes at the end of his shift, wants to go get a change. He's been on the ice for quite a while. Shot fired across the net there by Cutter. Just reversing it, Luco. Luco skates around, tries to get past Kikuchi and does. A nice chip off the boards, but only gets it up to Jackson Lane. Jackson looks up with a bit of room, finds some space, gets a pass across, back to Lane. Lane's being checked tightly. Manages to get a pass away, but not cleanly. It's to Schumer now. Schumer puts it to Ruddle, but Ruddle couldn't get it. It was just a little bit too much for the pass, and we will have a penalty. Didn't see exactly what that one was for. It looks like it might be on Kikuchi. Looks like Kikuchi might be sitting two for, I think, a trip. The Dogs now with the power play. With 37 seconds to go in the period. They want to get a goal back and get it back quickly. They'd be pretty cranky about not leading this game. They did win the last time these two teams played 7-4. And we know they've got some goal-scoring ability, absolutely for sure. They've been doing very well. This particular combination was electric yesterday. Burke scoring 5. You'd want to get another couple, and one. They want to get one very quickly on this power play. 37 seconds to go in the period. Kikuchi sitting two for a trip. The referee's just getting it all organised. Schumer moving just a little bit prematurely. As the linesman keeping a close eye on the wingers, saying, you guys stand still till the puck is dropped. Face off one by the Horses. Lane clears it out, but doesn't get it up past. But they do get it out past. It's Freight Ray Cahill now, who circles around. He tries to find an option. He's got Schumer. Schumer back to Cahill. Cahill looking for lines. He's got Keisha. Keisha now puts it back to Ruddle. Ruddle back to Keisha into the corner. Burke now circling around trying to get some space. Burke has it, passes up to Ruddle. Ruddle shoots through traffic. Save made. It was a great option. Burke saw that Ruddle was open. got the shot up to him, but through traffic, Woodlands made an absolutely beauty there. That was a game-saving save there for Woodlands. Great shot by Ruddle through traffic. Woodlands had his body in the way. Just 11.8 seconds to go in the period. Dogs on the power play. All they do have crept right in. They want to be careful. They don't let the horses get behind them and score another shorty. They got one earlier. Clearing it out lane. Gets it over the top of Cater, who jumped for it basketball style. The referee has blown a whistle, and we think maybe for an offside. 5.1 seconds to go in the period in this Pro Grand Final. This is the Grand Final of the Grand Finals here at the iceHQ Aussie Classic. There's the dogs line up against the horses once more. Face off this time won by Vortnov, but it's dumped in deep, and that's going to do the period. So we will be starting the third with the horses with 1 minute and 23 seconds of penalty on Kikuchi. Kikuchi's energetic style of play does tend to seem to have him ending up in the penalty box quite a few times, which, given his contribution to the game, is not surprising. He's certainly energetic and physical in his play, and he needs to be. He does that very well, but it does mean he is going to run afoul of the referees on occasion. But some good scoring opportunities. That shot there in the last by Ruddle was a terrific one. Burke saw him free, got the pass up to him. And Ruddle loaded the cannon and fired it quickly. It was a good one-timer. And Woodlands with a great save there, getting his body in the way and just shutting that one down. 15 seconds to go of the intermission before we start the third and final period of this Pro Grand Final here at the Aussie Classic. Shots on the net so far now in favour of the horses. They've had 17 shots on the net to 14 for the dogs. Now a shot, if you're not quite sure how it works, it's only counted as a shot if the scorekeeper thinks the puck would have gone in the net if the goalie hadn't gotten away. So quite often you might think it's a save and you're thinking, why wasn't that a shot? Because if the scorer didn't think the puck was going to go in the net, it doesn't count as a shot on the net. And that's really the gist of it. We're about to get underway in what promises to be a fierce and frantic final 15 minutes here of stop time for the grand final here at the Aussie Classic in Reservoir, Melbourne, and the iceHQ ice rink here in Reservoir, Melbourne. So this time the face-off again won by the horses as they race in now to pick it up. Astafif circles around behind the net, but only gets it to Walls. Walls looks up ice. Ruddle's just telling him to pause and hold on. Robertson now has the puck. He goes up, gets around the back of Berkey as a screen, passes back to Burke. Schumer covering for him up on the blue line. Puck comes across. Walls dumps it in to a Ruddle. Ruddle with a bit of room, shoots. Remember, they're on the power play, the dogs. They want to get that controlled possession. They've got Walls up high, calling the shots. Comes back out to Schumer. Schumer tries to dump it in, but it doesn't go as cleanly as he would have liked. Burke now circles around. Not much in the way of options. Passes back across. Schumer finds Walls. Walls shoots. Save made. Not too much time. Only 35 seconds to go on the penalty as Burke wraps around and Burke scores. See that one on the replay. Berkey goes around the back of the net. Gets a little bit of room, and then the camera cuts out on front of us. But anyway, so Berkey there gets around the back of the net and brings it back to a 1-goal margin, takes advantage of the Kikuchi penalty, and we are back to a 1 goal. Dogs 2 from 17, horses 3 from 17. And Burke with just a sneaky little top blocker side goal there, snuck it through. And the dogs get another one back quickly and square it all up. Can the horses find doors time? Face off this time won by Burke. He just chips it through under his feet. Schumer will go over and pick it up. Schumer into the corner, puts a puck across the front. It's watched closely by Woodlands, but not dangerously so. Robinson now chips the puck in. And we have an infringement, it looks like, on maybe on Ruddle. He's having a conversation with the referee. Yep, Ruddle will be escorted to the naughty corner. We'll find out what that one is for in just a moment. 2 minutes for a cross-check. So he has hit his opponent with the stick with both hands on it. Cross-check. So now the horses have the power play. Can they return the favour and get the goal back? Or at the very least, keep the dogs scoreless for another 2 minutes, which is the priority, really. 14 minutes to go in the third and final period. Horses on the power play. They've got the big man Hayden Dawes on. Kikuchi floating around in D as he pinches in a little bit. The Dogs will be looking to get a shorty if they can. Dogs win the face-off. Picked up Robinson. Robinson looks up ice. He's got Dawes putting pressure on him. He gets past him. Gets past two, but only gets as far as the Russian, who gets it now across to Dawes. Dawes ran into walls. All puns intended. Puck high in the slot. Picked up now. Astafev, who tries to get it in the slot as the Dogs frantically reset. Dawes puts a puck up. Kikuchi now loads up, doesn't fire. Dawes loads up, doesn't fire. Dawes chips it back across Kikuchi. Kikuchi flings it in through noise and traffic, but in the way there was Dang. Now the puck brought out by the big man, Hayden Dawes. He chips it around. Kikuchi now has the puck. Kikuchi across to Lane. Lane's got a bit of room. He's got Kikuchi now floating high, and Dawes unmarked. Dawes cycles around behind the back of the net as Lane finds Kikuchi up high. Kikuchi across back to Vortinov. It's stolen and picked off, though. Beautiful stick work by Luko, who fires the puck in. Nice work there, Dogs on the kill. Vortinov calling for it on the far point. Doesn't get the puck. He wanted it. As Ray Cahill now does his best to shut down Astafev and does. Puck in the slot for Dawes, but Dawes couldn't get it. Just lost a bit of concentration, and it's cleared out of the zone there. Schumer with a nice backhander. And the whistle will blow for something. Maybe we have an offside. Not exactly sure what that one's for. But anyway, the puck down the other end. This is where the Dogs need to be careful. They'll be tempted to creep right in. It's 5-on-4. They're still on the kill for another 53 seconds. They've got to be mindful that they don't overcommit in this attacking situation. Burke gets through, gets a shot away, but it goes up high and hits the netting. Schumer was there to try and pick up the rebound if he could. Burke just battling through centre and getting a shot away. They will reset again. Keisha needs to be careful. He's creeping a long way in. If the horses get behind him, he'll be in trouble. But it's behind the net now. Burke battling for it. Spins and twists and turns. Gets the puck back in his speed. He's got Schumer. Gets the puck up high. Cahill loads and fires. Schumer was there. Tries to get a backhand, but well defended by Matty Knox, who shut that one down. Now the puck is flung up high. They're trying to get it across to Bellick. Bellick can't do too much with it as he's battling for the puck in the corner. But the Freight Ray Cahill tries to clear it out. A kick save there attempted by Krustalov, but it wouldn't go as it's reset now behind the back of the net. Horses, remember, they don't need to score anything. They want to keep but it'd be nice if they could, obviously, for them. A bit of insurance. Just 5 seconds to go on the Ruddle penalty as Burke circles around with it in this defensive zone. He's being pressed tightly there by Matty Knox. Manages to not quite clear the puck out, though. No, it is. He got a puck out of the zone. Horse is not happy about it, but that's the way it goes. Matty Knox now goes into the boards with Schumer. It'll be picked up by Keisha. Keisha pushed off the puck. Goes into the net, and it will be shut down and made safe by Seb Woodlands for the Horses. Score 3 to the Horses, 2 to the Dogs. 11 minutes and 39 seconds to play in the big grand final here. This is the Pro Grand Final for the Aussie Classic. An absolute showcase of Australian hockey talent here. Not bad for a game you can come along and get into for free. The rink is full. We've got a capacity crowd here at the moment watching it as Seb Woodlands says, I'm just going to freeze that one. I don't want a loose puck in front of the net, wisely so. And we'll have another face-off. Hugo Barrett lining up against Matty Knox for the face-off. Knox wins it. It's picked up nicely. Lane, who skates around the back of the net. Good puck protection, but he's pushed off the puck, but not well enough. Carter now goes cross ice, but getting a stick in the way they go, plucked it out of the sky. Now Jackson Lane being pressured, manages to get past the checking pressure, but the puck taken away from him. As now the big man, Hayden Dawes, he's surrounded by black jersey. He still gets a shot away. It was deceptive. It didn't look like he was going to shoot. It looked like he was looking for a pass. But Dang was alert to the threat. And in the end, had to make a pretty decent save. You can see this one on the replay. It came in hard. Hayden Dawes very deceptive there with that one. Normally you see a shot coming with a big slapper and there's not much you can do about it. But that one came out of nowhere. He's a goal-scoring machine, Hayden Dawes, make no mistake. As Troy Robinson circles around behind the net for the Dogs' Doors with a little bit of a poke check. We're 5-on-5 hockey now. Lockie Walls looks up high, sees a wall of green, but he did find on the stretch Barrett. Barrett's got the puck, gets onto his forehand, tried to get a shot away, but it was taken off him by Krustalev. Coming in now to pick up Robinson. Robinson fires. Rebound off a few bodies, but it won't go as Hayden Dawes now looks to play it up ice. Gets the puck past just about everyone now. It's Kikuchi with a bit of room. He's got Vunarov with him. Hayden Dawes, Wines shoots. Save made there by Dang, who just deflected it out. Slamming on the brakes hard, Vortinov. Vortinov tries to get it across, finds Kikuchi. Kikuchi flings it in high, but only gets it as far as Robinson's glove. Robinson chips it up the boards. The puck gone missing somewhere. Vortinov has it now. He's got to get around walls. He gets it through. He had Dawes skating through there, but couldn't quite make the connection. As Robinson now, with more room than he probably thought he had. Kikuchi leapt for that one. Hayden Dawes, backhander. Vakunov can't quite get the puck away without a stick. Is Dang, but Dang has to make a save. Sands stick, and he swallows up the puck. Desperate stuff there for the goaltender for the Dogs. 10 minutes to play. They score 3 to the Horses, 2 to the Dogs. 23 shots on the net Horses to 19 for the Dogs. They want to get that one back, and they want to get it back quickly. They've got to score. Dogs have to score 2 to win it, and the Horses don't need to score at all. The Dogs don't want to lose this one for sure. There's big money at stake, plus the prestige of winning the first ever Aussie Classic Pro League. Keisha now looks to play the puck up ice. He's got a bit of help with him. Beck trying to make some space as well as Keisha leans on the defender, wraps around, goes over the shoulder, and scores the goal. Nathan Keisha squares it up at 3 goals apiece. Lovely piece of puck protection. You can see he just gets around the defenseman, leans into him, and just goes over the glove side of Seb Woodlands from a tight angle. Very nicely timed shot there again from Nathan Keisha. Beautiful play there, and we're all squared up at 3 goals apiece. So now the Horses need to score a goal to win it. And so do the Dogs. 9 minutes and 46 seconds to go. Keisha plays it back to Freight Ray Cahill, who dumps it in. Going in now to put some pressure on them will be Fisher, but it'll go for icing as they circle around and come back, and the Dogs will have to reset all the way back to their defensive zone. Remember, the defensive zone face-off does represent a fantastic counter-attacking opportunity if you can get your wingers moving quickly. And by golly, the Dogs' wingers will move quickly, but so too will the Horses. Lane and Harper will make no mistake here either, as they own the blue line. Trying to chip it through was Luco. It's lost in the corner now for the Dogs as they try and battle it out. Horses trying to get some possession cleanly. They get it up to Harper, but not cleanly, and it'll be played out, and we have a whistle. And it looks like there's a high stick there, and there's a little bit of a squabble between Luke Fisher and Matty Knox. Matty Knox has been in the middle of most of it. He's not happy, but he thinks he may have received a high stick from Fisher. Matty Knox not very pleased about that at all. Fisher being escorted into the penalty box. So too Matty Knox. Matt Knox might get one there for an unsportsmanlike for whacking the stick against the board. We'll wait and see what the call is for. But certainly both players will be sitting too. So a little bit of an altercation while the players have a rigorous discussion in the penalty box. But we've got 9 minutes and 28 seconds to play. So the face-off will be back in the defensive zone for the Dogs. It'll be very interesting to see what happens when these two players get back on the ice. Certainly an ongoing squabble between Fisher and Knox in the penalty box as they exchange words. Burke now manages to play it through, loses his footing. Schumer tried to get his body in the way of the pass in by Harper. Puck ridden out behind the net. And Burke receives a high stick possibly there from the big man Hayden Dawes. Runs into Cutter. Dawes battling behind the net as well. It's 5-on-5 again as a simultaneous penalty is sat. Shot fired in there by Vortinov, but getting in the way of it was Schumer. Now Ruddle as Burke runs into Vortinov. And that's an interesting call there. It's been called a penalty on Burke, but it looked, although it was a collision, it looked like that one was a fair contest for the puck. So the referee's got a hand up there for a penalty as Vortinov's on the ground trying to recover from the collision, but it didn't really look like it was a hit. We'll find out in a moment exactly what happens with Burke. Vortinov, a very fine and fair player as he makes his way slowly off the ice, but it looks like he's okay. Burke will sit too. He's not happy about it. He thinks it was a fair collision. It's always a bit of a line call in that situation, but now we have an overflowing penalty box almost. 2 dogs and 1 horse in the box. It will be 5 on 4 for 2 minutes as Burke sits again. He's now up to his 6th third penalty for the game. He's got to score goals, not penalties, Berkey. Anyway, so when you have passion for the game. Nathan Kasha goes into the corner, battling with Kikuchi. The puck down on the ground. The Dogs with just a 4 on the ice. They've got to control it. Ruddle sitting in the slot as the battle occurs deep in the corner. It's all tied up as no one able to clear the puck. Finally, the Horses get it, but it's broken out now. Schumer has the puck on his stick. He's got Lane in front of him, flying into Ruddle. Lane shuts down his lane. Lane shuts down the lane as they battle on the boards for the puck, and there's a little bit of a rugby scrum going on. As no one quite sure where the puck exactly is. The Dogs happy at this point just to tie it up and run the clock down. It's 3 on 3, and they're on the penalty kill, so they don't want to score the goal. Puck's in there somewhere as Hayden Dawes tries to just muscle through, just using sheer force. Well, sooner or later, the referee is going to say enough is enough, and does. There's no penalty on it as such, because the players are still battling for possession. We will have a face-off somewhere. It looks like it's going to be a defensive zone face-off for the Horses. It did run a few seconds off the clock. 43 seconds to go on the Fisher and Knox penalties, but that might be fiery when they get back on the ice. Both gentlemen fairly unhappy with each other. Coming now, Lane tries to clear the puck up, gets past the defensive work, because tried to find Kikuchi on the stretch. Kikuchi's got Walls in front of him, tries to cut off the line. Walls got there first, played the puck up. Ruddle now, Ruddle chips it up, tried to get across, but Lane gets it. Lane shoots. So puck's bobbling out loose in the front. Dogs couldn't clear it. Nicely kept in there by Astafeef. Now the big man Hayden Dawes as the Horses get their power kill organised. Sorry, their power play. Shot fired, goes just into the glove of Dang. It looked from here almost like that one had gone in the net, and Hayden Dawes thought it certainly had. It was a shot in by Harper, but it wasn't going to go in the end, looking at the angle from top down, but it certainly looked like that from this angle. 48 seconds to go on the Burke penalty. 14 seconds for Knox and Fisher, but they will have to stay in the box until a stoppage occurs, probably just as well, as the puck is rimmed out deep all the way. Lockie Wall's doing exactly the right thing, racing in to put some pressure on them. No, Luco flies in, trying to put some pressure on Lane. Here come the Horses, though, breaking it out. They've got Dawes floating around looking menacing, but a poke check time beautifully there, Robinson. Dawes picks it up, circles around, looking for options. He's being pressured. Puck comes back across as they hook it in. It's picked up Vortnov, who has recovered from the collision. Kikuchi left the puck behind, goes into the corner. Walls on him. Walls just hesitates and pauses and doesn't get sucked in by the dummy. Vortnov now has the puck. He's got Barrett putting pressure on him. Now the big man Hayden Dawes. Just 9 seconds to go on the Burke penalty. So at the end of this, we'll be back to 5 on 5. Hayden Dawes has the puck, shoots through traffic. It goes high over the top of everything and out of play. So there is 1 second to go on the Burke penalty. The players coming out of the box now are Fisher and Matty Knox, who skate over to opposite benches and just as well. Although Matty Knox comes on, Burke will be back on almost immediately after the drop of the puck. Now this is where the Horses need to be careful, because we've seen Berkey do it once. He can do it again if he can sneak on behind the Horses. Keeping an eye on him now is Crystal. If he knows about the problem, he's actually sitting a little bit back, right by the gate. Puck comes back out now, chipped in Lane. Burke comes back on, but the puck is out of play. So no advantage there. Burke and Lane just exchanging a bit of a grin. It's like, we knew you were coming. Yeah, but I was going to do it anyway. Yeah, but it didn't happen. Anyway, face off now with 6 minutes and 47 seconds to go. We're all tied up, 3 goals apiece. I'm not going to say next goal wins it, because there's a long time to go, but it's going to make a huge difference. Burke lining up in the face off against Knox. Knox wins it, chips it through. It's behind the net. Got pressure from Cahill, who rims it around the back of the net, trying to play it up high. Lane, though, keeps it in for the Horses, fires it into the corner. Matty Knox tries to put it in the slot. They had Astafeef there. Dogs clear it out of the zone, picking it up. No, Astafeef circles back. Passes it to Ruddle, though. Ruddle finds Schumer. Burke was offside, so they had to pause. Burke's offside again, unfortunately, so for the Dogs, good for the Horses, as they have a bit of time to reset, look up ice and get their breakout organised. They play the puck up, but it's picked off. Ryan Ruddle steals it nicely from Knox. We've got a penalty up now as soon as the Horses touch it, and I think that one is probably going to be on Astafeef. No, it's going to be Matty Knox, who will be sitting another 2, and it's 2 for a roughing. And we will have the Dogs now with the power play. Last time Berkey scored on the power play for the Dogs. He will need to repeat the favour. It's Matty Knox sitting another 2. He's got a few minutes in the penalty box now, Matty Knox. Again, it's fire and passion for the game as Burke moves himself in to take the face off. Creeping in Lockie Walls. Puck comes up to Robinson across the Walls as the Dogs win the face up and get organised. Walls shoots low and hard. Save made though by Woodlands. There was no rebound in that instance. That's what they're looking for. They shoot in low and hard in that instance and try and get a rebound, and Burke's there waiting for it. So too Schumer or Ruddle. This time the face-off on the backhand of Burke. He tries to win it back to Walls, but it's won this time by the Horses, who fling it all the way down. Racing back with speed, Kikuchi. He wants that puck. Gets up there, puts a lot of pressure on Robinson, who was perhaps being a little bit pedestrian to get there. Kikuchi just tying it up. He gets upended for his troubles. Here comes Byron Schumer with a bit of room. Chips the puck up for Walls. Walls sees Burke on the other side as Schumer comes blasting past him. Walls has some room this time. There's no one in front of him, so he elects to go himself. Schumer covering up for him. Walls goes around the back of the net looking for an option. Passes the puck up, finds Robinson. Robinson flings it in again, low and hard, looking for the tip and scores. Not sure if that came off Burke's stick or Robinson's. The shot in there from Robinson from the blue line was a lovely setup. We'll see this one, puck fight in. It looks like it may have come off Burke, just a touch. The referees will confirm that one. The camera angle not particularly helpful. But the Dogs now 4, the Horses 3 with 5.5 minutes to play in the third. Did say next goal might win it, and that's always a case, but I can't see this game finishing on this. It's going to get more feisty and more fiery as it goes on. Neither team wants to lose this one. Dogs win the face-off back to Freight Ray Cahill. Ends up on the stick there of Reisman, who tries to do something constructive. Battling hard on the boards with Matty Knox. Wins the physical contest. It's going around the back of the net. Lane, who's been very effective for the Horses. Stuck now deep in the corner, looking to play it up to Keisha. Keisha's got the shot. Fans on the shot, though. He's under pressure there from Toddy Cutter. Dawes now circling around the Great White Shark, looking for motion. They find him, get it onto his backhand. He chips it in deep. He's not putting a lot of pressure on Keisha, just enough to make him be a little bit anxious as now Barrett looks up ice. Doesn't see many options. There's a lot of Horses there and not a lot of Dogs, so he chips it in deep, just trying to create a setup. Flying in now, Go tries to do something with it, but he's also got Reisman with him. Reisman in deep. He's battling behind the net. Hugo Barrett tries to do something with it. Reisman now has the puck. He's got loose up on the point. Big Freight Ray Cahill, but they can't get the puck up to him. Kikuchi now might be an option as Barrett tries to put it across the slot. Reisman free. It ends up Keisha, who fires it low and hard, but it will be plucked out of the sky by Seb Woodlands. So with just 4 minutes and 14 seconds to go, the Dogs with the tightest of leads, just the one goal from 24 to 25 shots. Shows how even this game has been. Certainly been exciting from here. It's had just about everything. No game misconducts, that's about it. This now puck comes across to Walls. Case finds Robinson. Robinson flings it back in. Shot fired across the front. Shoots. And it looked very much there like Beck might have just got enough on it. Referees are calling that one as no goal. But a very good chance there for Phoenix Beck, who last season was playing Div 5 Beer League here at iceHQ, and here he is playing in this. Tells you something. Puck now won by Kikuchi at the face-off. And the Horses looking to get up. They need to get a goal on reasonably quickly, just under 4 minutes to play. Robertson goes in, picks it from Kikuchi. It's played up ice by Luco, but the Horses have it now on the stick of Astafif, who tries to get around everyone, flying into the slot and just holding up. Martin Astafif is trying to do something useful with it, but can't. Puck goes across behind the back of the net. It'll be picked up by Walls, who just reverses. Walls looks up ice, trying to find motion, not seeing what he wants. So he just holds and pauses, rims it around the back of the net. Tried to find Robinson. Robinson loses his feet in the process of a collision there with Artem Astafif. But it's dumped in deep now, and Kikuchi has the puck looking for motion. He tried to pick up and did. He found the feet there of Astafif. Astafif gets past the check of Burke. Both players gesticulating at the referee as if it was someone else's fault. There is a hand up for a penalty. And it's going to be on Astafif this time. He's getting 2 for holding. So Burke's remonstration there, perhaps justified. As Astafif will now sit 2. Dogs go to the power play with 3 minutes and 8 seconds to go. Not what the horses needed at this point. You don't want to be on a penalty kill, but Dawes did score a short-handed goal earlier in exactly this situation, and they're going to need something special. The horses, if you're going to win it, but you always need something special to win these sorts of games. The Dogs just need to set it up. They don't need to score. Shot fired all the way from the other end, ended up on Dang. Picking it up now, Keisha, who looks up ice. He's got Toddy Cutter coming in to put some pressure on him, just forcing him out from behind the net. Here comes Keisha. He looks up ice, just stutters and pauses, puts the puck onto the boards. Was there Burke. Now the puck goes in deep and it'll be picked up by by Schumer, who has to come back. Freight Ray Cahill calmly gives the puck back across to Burke, who just stands there looking for pressure. He's got Cutter coming in, just waiting patiently. No one putting enough pressure on Burke to force him to do anything. They can run the clock down now, the Dogs, if they want. It doesn't really matter, but they are on the penalty kill. Cutter just circling around, trying to force Burke out, but Burke's just looking for motion. Sees a lot of spinning around. Burke just dekes Cutter and then gets up going. It's a bit brave in the defensive zone, but anyway, Burke tried to get around Dawes and didn't. Hayden Dawes now picks it up in the burst, coming back the other way. He's got pressure on him. He's being chased by 2. Just getting there in time, Keisha, who shut that one down. Good opportunity there for the big man, Hayden Dawes. Now Schumer down the other side, but it'll be beaten to the puck by Lane. Lane gets there first, tries to hook it out. It clears the zone at least, as Ruddle now just dumps it in. Gets past the pressure there of Kristalev. It goes deep into the corner. They've got Schumer just floating around back door if they can get it to him. So too Burke in the slot, but it's a battle on the boards as it looks like Kristalev may have copped something in the face. It's a bit hard to say exactly what it was. Burke now has the puck, just trying to keep it in the zone, and does. He finds Robertson. Robertson gets across onto his forehand, shoots the puck across. He almost made the connection there to Schumer. It wouldn't quite go, and the puck is dumped all the way down the other end. Racing in to pick it up, Vortenov. He knows the urgency of the situation. He's got possession. He's looking for someone to pass to, and he finds the puck, finds possession there in Dalmore, but it wouldn't get across to him as Burke plays the puck up the ice. Found Schumer on the stretch. It's going to go not for icing as we are back to 5-on-5 hockey. Vortenov waiting way deep looking for the Hellfish stretch pass. They're wearing the same colour jersey. It's green. But it'll be picked off there by Barrett, who shuts down the option. Shot fired and a score by Alexi Reisman. Reisman got onto his forehand. Penalty was over, but it didn't matter. And whistled that one past Seb Woodlands in the net. Nice play. Player loose in that high slot position. Reisman makes no mistake. Makes no mistake. And with 49.9 seconds to go, Dogs out to a 2-goal lead. The Horses call a timeout. They get 1 minute to have a quick discussion. Will they pull Woodlands and go 6-on-5? Most would suggest that's what you do. But a beautiful shot there by Reisman, who just lifted it over the glove side of Seb Woodlands in the net for the Horses, and the Dogs up to a 2-goal lead with 49.9 seconds to go. Not insurmountable by any stretch of the imagination. If the Horses can get one really quickly, and that has been known to happen, and then get another face-off. Every time the Dogs try and ice the puck, it comes back if they pull the goalie. There's, of course, the small but non-zero risk that a hoik from a long distance may well make it into the net. And who wouldn't give that option to Jamie Burke, given half a chance? But we will see. 49.9 seconds. Dogs with a 2-goal lead. 27 shots at 26. It's been close, it's been tight, it's been physical. It's had almost everything. Will we have a pulled goalie? They've left Woodlands in the net for the moment. If they win the face-off, the Horses, you'd have to reckon that Woodlands would leave the ice very, very quickly to bring on the extra attacker. The Horses have the big man, Hayden Dawes, on the ice. He's ready. So too Vortenov, who's been electric. Kikuchi back in D, who's looking dangerous. Lane. And also Dalmore. I reckon they're probably big on knocks as they win the face-off through the Horses. And they pull the goalie. There goes Woodlands straight off the ice. They brought Toddy Carter on, but the Dogs coming back the other way with speed. They've got possession. Battling for it now. Kikuchi tries to get it away, but it's picked up there by Reisman. Reisman can't get a shot. Goes into the corner. It'll be picked up by Cutter. Cutter puts a puck up ice, finds Vortenhoff, finds Dawes, the big man Hayden Dawes. He's loose in the slot. The shot fired, but plucked out of the sky by Corey Dang. There's a little bit of push and shove again in the slot, but it won't matter. 23 seconds now to play. It's a defensive zone face-off for the Dogs, which is what the Horses want. In this situation, they'll stack their forwards, try and put the puck into the slot area and just create any sort of a scoring opportunity that they can. Kikuchi up high in the blue line, pinching in lane. He knows at this point there's no point being conservative. You've got to jam it. So they've got Cutter sitting wide trying to get into the slot, the Horses, as Dawes moves across. Tries to pick up the loose puck. It's in the slot, though. It's picked up Keisha. Keisha for the Dogs. Chips it up past, finds a Ruddle. Ruddle just rides it into the corner. They just need to run down the clock. 10 seconds now to go. Kikuchi with not enough time. Racing up high is Vortenhoff, but he's not going to get there in time. Kikuchi tries to get past Schumer. Schumer shoots from a distance, and Schumer gets the empty netter to put the icing on the cake for the Reservoir Dogs with just 4 seconds to go. The lead now 6-3. Byron Schumer come back from playing roller skating hockey somewhere in Europe, and he's here on ice skates where he belongs, and he makes the point absolutely exuberantly there. Byron Schumer scoring that goal to give the Dogs an unbeatable lead with just 4 seconds to go. Congratulations, Byron. We love having you back here at iceHQ. We have missed you, and we are thrilled to have you back. Last face-off, 4 seconds to play. Puck is dropped. Players basically concede that one. They let the clock run. What a fantastic game. It's been a great tournament here for the professionals, for the pro players here. There is decent prize money as the Dogs have won that one. But Byron Schumer, what a way to finish it off. We have missed you here at iceHQ, Byron, and it is great to have you back. Thank you very much for being with us. Brought an awesome display too. Great game. Pressure all the way to the finish. The Horses absolutely magnificent as well. And who can't resist seeing a Hayden Dawes goal? He got 2 of them in this one, both similar circumstances with breakaways getting past the defence when he is almost unbeatable in that circumstance. Goals to Keisha, Schumer, Ruddle, Burke with 2, and 6 minutes in the penalty box. Just to, we were betting on a Gordie Howe hat-trick for him, and the teams will line up and get their prize money. Thank you very much for being with us here for the Pro Grand Final. Coming up at 4:50 p.m, we have the Women's Grand Final. It's the Hellfish versus the Pirates. We'll see you for then. We'll leave the coverage running, but I'm going to shut my gob and let you enjoy the show.